Good afternoon. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon to everyone. Good morning to those who are following us from places which are early morning. And good evening to those who are joining us from places like China, Malaysia. They are going into the evening. But also good afternoon to those in the Middle East and in Africa. Welcome to this one of our series in University in Focus. And we are delighted to start this, to have this today's session focusing on Gulf University for Science and Technology in Kuwait. Our program, we hope to finish it within the 2 hours. We will start shortly with a brief background about the initiative and what we're planning to do in these SDGs universities and why we are having this. Just few housekeeping issues before we start. The first one, these sessions, all our sessions, we record them for academic purposes, and we will put them in our website. So it's recorded. It will be recorded shortly. And also we live stream it. So people in some areas, particularly in war zone, they can actually watch us through Facebook and YouTube and so on. So we will start shortly. I just wanted to connect few things and we will start. So we will start the recording. Okay, so we're going to mute everyone for now. And if you would like to raise any question, we will, of course, we will have a discussion at the end. Please use the hand sign. I can show it to you here for those who are, it's called reaction. So if you raise your hand, we can then give you the chance to speak. The way we're going to do it, we're going to spend 20-25 minutes on a very quick background about this initiative, the SDGs universities. And then we will have our main speakers, Dr. Fida from Kuwait. She will speak for half an hour. And then after that, we have 5 to 10 minutes from one or maybe two from our senior advisory committee. We are delighted today. We have Professor Hanan Malkawi from Jordan. And then after that, we have discussion and question, and then we will close by 1 o'clock. We're hoping to finish by 1 o'clock. So this is how we're going to do. So let's number one, lower my hand here, and then mute everyone. And now we can start. So where is our PowerPoint? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good afternoon. Sorry for these technical issues. I'm delighted to welcome you all here. This is one of our regular sessions. We call them in focus, where we focus more on one particular institution from our members and partners to give them the opportunity to explain to the whole world what they are doing in terms of their transformation journey. So today, our institution, which we are focusing on, is from Kuwait. So we are delighted to welcome the Gulf University for Science and Technology from Kuwait. And I'm going to give a brief background about what the WSD is doing in terms of Sustainable Development Goals Universities Initiative, and with more focus in Kuwait, because we are talking about an institution from Kuwait today. So welcome to the World Association for Sustainable Development, our SDGs Universities platform, and Kuwait Universities platform, which we will be launching it anytime from now, before November or by November, when we are going to Kuwait. There's a lot of brochures, material in our website. This is one of them. You can just go to our website and you can actually go through these brochures and have a lot of information about us. Quickly, we are an organization of 25 years old now. We have been working with partners from across the world. Everything we do is with partners from Egypt, America, Middle East, Asia, Indonesia, in Saudi Arabia, in Sudan, Africa. Not only just universities, but also international organizations such as United Nations and so on and so forth. So you can go to our website and you should be able to see a lot of examples of our partners. This is the last one we signed, was with the University of the Gulf University of Science and Technology. You can see here Professor Bassam with Confab 360 degree in India. We signed this in Spain last month. King Fahad, Association of African Universities, Association of Walid University Association for Community Development, and the list will go on and on. Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, and so on and so forth. So you will find this in our website. So quickly, what is the SDGs Universities? It's an innovative digital platform. We built it for almost been now doing it for 4 years to reconnect. And the way, why we're using the word reconnect, because universities have already been working together for many years. But we are making sure they are reconnecting specifically with the discourse of the Sustainable Development Goals. So what we are doing here, we have a very strong partnership with the United Nations from 2016, starting from the knowledge management platform, and then we work with the UN on the online learning reports, public-private partnership report. And you can see on the last picture on my right-hand side, we have done a lot of work with them. Our last conference in 2024 was in Geneva, 2018 in Geneva, 2019 in London. So we have a lot of connection with the UN, where we learn what is the UN intention and what they wanted to do and how they see the implementation of their policies and strategies in Geneva can actually be on the ground. So we have been working with them. One of our major engagement with the United Nations is still the public policy uptake research report, where the United Nations is referring to scientific research as the best means of implementing public policy. So we were delighted we have been involved in this. And I think that's where we really became, the UN is really connecting with academia. And I think we have done a lot of work on this. Now, for all of you, this is the United Nations latest report. Back in September last year, the Secretary General Guterres and many people at the UN official, they said, unfortunately, the progress towards achieving or implementing the SDGs has not been very good as we wanted or we all expected. And you can see here the green, the yellow, the red, and the gray color. The green is the progress we made so far. The yellow is fair progress, but acceleration is needed. Red color is where is stagnation or we are not really progressing. But the most serious one, in our opinion, is the gray color ones, where we don't have sufficient data to even measure this progress. And that's where I think we think the universities can play a critical role. The United Nations Secretary General Guterres last year in September, he said, despite the slow progress to achieve sustainable development, we as the United Nations or as the global family, we have a lot of hope that artificial intelligence will accelerate our progress. We are not progressing enough. We are not progressing enough to achieve the goal by 2030, but we are now hoping AI will help us to accelerate that progress. And there's a lot of report in the UN, AI and machine learning to be used to accelerate progress on the SDGs, and the United Nations is already playing a crucial role in making it possible. This is big report from the UN. You can have the link here. AI and machine learning are utilized to analyze large amount of data to identify patterns and insights to help decision-making process on SDGs and so on. AI for sustainability is already a branch of AI that explore the application of AI. So there's a lot of emphasis and hope AI will help us to accelerate the progress. Back, I think this is more than 10 years, our colleagues from the data scientists like 6 or 7 of our top data scientists, they have raised this issue. They said data science can actually help SDGs to be achieved. And they gave example of every single one of them. SDG 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can read a lot about this. So for a long time, not new, I think nearly 10 years now, data scientists, artificial intelligence experts, they have argued data science could be the solution to help us achieve these goals. So quickly going, we're going to talk about Kuwait today. And the United Nations requested every country or every state to submit what they call it voluntary national review. The last review Kuwait submitted was 2023. What we are doing in WSD, and we're going to launch this with the UN, we don't know, maybe this year, maybe we launch it in Kuwait, I don't know. It's called SDG Tracker, where we actually evaluate countries' report using artificial intelligence. And I'm delighted to have a lot of students involved in this project. I think the number is going to 50 or 70 students. We welcome all students to join this huge project. So we evaluate countries using AI, and then we try to find lessons learned, similarities, what is hindering the progress, and what we can advise in terms of public policy. So I will encourage you to go to Kuwait 2023 voluntary national review. And also I will be sharing, or we will be sharing, our analysis of Kuwait voluntary national review. And then we will be seeing how Kuwait is progressing, like Kuwait Jadida, the vision of Kuwait for the future. So this is a project, but I can just give you a quick glimpse of what this SDG tracker is looking like. This is what we're trying to do. We started, we have Saudi Arabia, Canada, Botswana, Belgium, and you can see Kuwait here. So what we are doing, if we look at Kuwait, for example, here, you can see this is the way it will work. We will see the progress, and then we will look at the challenges, lessons learned, and so on and so forth. So this is a project ongoing. And as I said, it is in progress now. Now, the last point before we jump into the SDGs universities, there's a very important issue here. We always, WSD is raising. We're doing all this for the future generations, our kids. But our current children, they need also to learn now that they must take responsibility for their actions. Because when I was a child, I didn't have a mobile phone. Now my children, they have mobile phones. So they need to be responsible and to take responsibility for their action, so that they do not become adult believing that nothing is ever their fault, or that this is your fault. You have a lot of pollution. Just look at the temperature in London. We are struggling now these days. Today, you can see, you might hear the fan now next to me. You have to bring even the fan very close to you. People are holding fans on the street now in London. So all these are the things our own making. So in this post-COVID-19, in a diverse, complex, and fast-changing world, business as usual will not be enough, and therefore we need to change. And that's exactly what we are leading this with the United Nations on universities. On the 22nd of July last year, we were honored to have Dr. Tatiana, the Director General of the United Nations Office at Geneva, to open up our conference all about the universities. And this is a quotation from her talk. Her talk is available in the website. You can watch it. It's a pleasure to open the 22nd World Association for Sustainable Development International Conference. I would like to express my gratitude to us for organizing this event as a crucial moment as we approach the 2030 target. I am particularly pleased to see on the agenda of the conference the emphasis on the vital role of education institutions in driving forward the implementation of Agenda 2030. And this is coming, very important, I see quotation from her, universities and academic institutions are not only centers of learning, but also hubs of innovation, research, and community engagement. Hub for what? They are not just hub for teaching and learning, but they're also hub for innovation, research, and community engagement. And this community engagement has become the buzzword over the last 10 years. They play a vital role in equipping the next generations with the knowledge and skill needed to achieve sustainable development goals. So what is SDGs universities, which we launched last year in Geneva? Why it is needed? Who should join? And what do members get from the platform? And what will happen next? We're talking here specifically about Kuwait University's platform. We're going to launch it very soon. And I will take you quickly through what is it. SDGs Universities is an innovative database linking universities across the world that are working on sustainable development goals. In addition to the main SDGs University platform, there are also many sub-platforms, including this for Kuwait. I can just let you have a glimpse of it. It's live, but we still haven't launched it officially. And you can see here how to join universities, research centers, and so on and so on. You can see them by map and so on. So it's not just one big one, but there is many other platforms. Why we need this platform or we need this initiative? The simple answer is because at the moment, every time we make this presentation for the last, I don't know, couple of years now, there isn't such a platform exist. And we're very pleased every time we receive confirmation from many international organizations, many universities platform. Yes, Alam, you're right. There isn't one at the moment exist. And I will show you a lot of examples, and I'm quite happy to show you as much as example offline if you like. There are many university associations in different parts of the world, like the International Association of Universities, Association of Commonwealth Universities, Association of Arab Universities, Russell Group, where we belong here in Queen Mary Universities, Universities Australia, UK universities, and so on. Let me just show you one example, or I'll show you a quick example. If you look to the International Association of Universities, which is a big one based in the UNESCO in France, in Paris, that's what you get. List of countries and list of universities. So you go to Afghanistan, Kardan University, Albania, and so on. If you go to Kuwait, let's see Kuwait, if there is one here. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see quickly. Where is Kuwait? Jordan, Korea. There isn't any university from Kuwait. I may be wrong, but even those where they have universities, it's just a list of universities. That's all what you get. There is a lot of activities going on, of course, but these universities are not connected. Look to our Commonwealth. We part of the Commonwealth because we are the British is part of the Commonwealth universities. And the same issue again. You go to Africa, universities from Africa. If you go to, say, Europe, you will find Queen Mary and others, and so on. There isn't anything really connecting them at the back to work together. And this is really the issue. So if you look to the Association of Commonwealth Universities, even in their own strategy, what they're saying, our strategy reinforces our fundamental belief that the global challenges can only be solved through international collaboration. But for people to collaborate, they need to be connected. They cannot just collaborate. They need to be somehow together, online, physically, on any platform so that they can collaborate. And our collective commitment to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development through higher education. Now, examples, I'll just give you a quick example. This is a Federation of the University of the Islamic World based in Rabat, in ISISCO. I had the pleasure meeting the president of that big federation. This was in Rabat. Again, I can show you now, which I think Kuwait is part of it. This is what you get. Let's see Kuwait. Kuwait, you click Kuwait, you see 2 universities, for example, here mentioned, and that's it. But there isn't really a platform connecting them at the back. Now, again, Association of Arab Universities. By the way, this is not a criticism. This is just what do we have now. If you go here, again, you will find list of countries. If you go to Kuwait, for example, you will find 2 universities mentioned, Kuwait and Open University, Arab Open University. You click on the university, you go to the university website. And I don't think this will work. There is no collaboration can easily be emphasized on this. There is collaboration, but it's not. They are not even working together at the back end. So we have been involved with United Arab Emirates, Jordan. The picture in the middle is Jordan. The top one is United Arab Emirates. We have been in Saudi Arabia. And I'm glad to confirm or to repeat this. Saudi Arabia is the first Arab countries to launch this platform. And we are very grateful for the Ministry of Education, the Minister, His Excellency, and all of the team, Professor Al-Bassam, for endorsing or recommending the SDGs University in Saudi Arabia for the universities in Saudi Arabia. Now, our relationship with Kuwait is quite old. It's not new. We've been there in Kuwait. We've been invited before by the Amir's National Project for Knowledge Economy. We went to Kuwait, and the people with me from the World Bank, from the Italian National Center, and so on. And when we went there, the idea was how Kuwait can actually diversify its economy away from oil. This was a long time ago. So Kuwait journey towards sustainable development is not new. They have been working very hard on this. I have to move quickly. Example, because many people, they ask me what happened in the UK, and I have to give you the answer quick. The same thing in the UK. Universities UK, you can see here, Angelia Ruskin, Aston, Bangor. We are just a list of universities sitting here together, and that's it. You click on the link, it will take you to the university. This is, in our opinion, or from the people on knowledge management field, this is not enough for people to really. Let's look to the situation in Kuwait. It's not different. So Kuwait is not different than the rest of the world. Again, you come to Kuwait. This is the Ministry of Higher Education in Kuwait. Public universities, Kuwait, Abdullah Salim, and then you go to private university and so on there. So there isn't really a connection at the back end. And that's really what we're trying to do. So who should join? Every university that is working on any of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals should really join. The idea is that we need to strengthen our global, if you like, resources to tackle the issues of sustainable development. And this is, we have a lot of material online, you can see it. And what do you get from being part of the platform? As Janet Snow elegantly put it down, a feeling of belonging. I'm not here alone. Yes, I am Gulf University for Science and Technology in Kuwait, but I'm not alone. I am with other universities in Kuwait. I am with other universities in Saudi Arabia, Hafr al-Batin, Qasim, Tabuk, King Saud. I am also with other Arab universities in Tunisia, in Egypt, and so on. Then the list will go. And then I'm also have other people with me from Queen Mary, California, and so on. So a feeling of belonging, of knowing there are people working in the same area and being able to contact them easily. Now, the concept is very basic. We have the SDGs platform. It will allow you to share with others, to collaborate with others, to contribute to the whole system, to produce material, research, publications, and to be aware of what others are doing, to be aware. University of Namibia, they have trained a dog to sniff COVID. Yes, that's a very good information for you. So you can use it and then know how, find, and interact. So this is what the basic concept. Quickly, you can see it now. World-ranking universities emphasize on assessing universities across the world, critical role in implementing SDGs on campus and helping their countries as a whole in achieving SDGs. New students, our young generations, what we call them sustainability generation, all of them now, they are looking for studies focusing on sustainable development and enhance the university profile in the international market generally. Now, if we go back to the concept, ultimate goal, better research, better teaching, and better value, and then better service for the community and sustainability generation. Now, this is how basically it is. We have a big platform hosted here in London. We are in Queen Mary University of London. And then we have a lot of hubs. We have shared this base, event calendar, and so on. But then we will move to global services, community of practice and interest. We will show you this shortly. Research centers, journal, courses, who is who directory, the expert on who is who, global document store, news, impact cases, and so on. So simply, a country, a university in Kuwait will be able to be connected and work with other countries, other universities in the sub-region, which is in this case the Gulf region. And then they will be able to jump to the region, which is Arab countries, and then they will be able to jump outside to Queen Mary and others. But in addition to that, they will also be bilaterally being able to connect with universities, which we call them specialized, like women universities, youth universities. That's how this platform works. Now, we have one, you can go and Google, look for it, SDGs universities. Why we think African universities platform is of interest to Kuwait? Yes, because there are some Arab universities which are actually African universities, like Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt. These are Arab universities where you meet them in the Arab League, but also you meet them, they are African universities. So important to have that perspective and so on. So it's not just about what you learn from the Gulf, but what you learn from others. Quickly, this is women universities, like Royal University in Bahrain, like Princess Noura in Saudi Arabia, which is the largest women universities in the planet. Ahmad University in Sudan and so on. We will connect you with all those universities, Islamic universities. Kuwait universities, they would like to be connected with Erlanga University, one of the top universities, our partner in Tunisia, because they both Muslims or part of the Islamic universities platform. And then we will connect you with British universities, American universities, Indian universities, because this is how it will work. So I'm really glad the platform is working and we keep getting good results every time. There's a lot of components, community practice, content. This is all technical. I wouldn't really take too much of your time here, but this is the way it works. For example, now we have the Science and Technology, Gulf University for Science and Technology. They will be connected with the rest of the Gulf region. They will be connected with the rest of Arab countries. They will be connected with Islamic universities. And then they will be connected with Queen Mary, California, China. And then they will be connected with universities from specializing in women and so on. Why university rankings such as QS, all this, we talked about this, more attractive to new students, golden opportunity for university to achieve the UN, a strategic agent for countries' national effort to catch up, integrate and reconnect curriculum in all subjects, attract more research funding, build relationship and be involved with the UN, enhance university profile. Quickly share knowledge and information regarding sustainable development, SDGs, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, climate change, create networking using WAS, global conferences, seminars, and a lot of things we do, journals, quality of books, and so on. Co-design and deliver programs to help, for example, Kuwait universities delivering their education, attract more research funding. So far, there are lots of global problems. We're all facing these problems. I just told you, it's very hot here in the UK. People are struggling here. Even our doctors now are warning people in the future, maybe, if this temperature continue like this, people, they will lose their lives. So food production, these are just key, some of the 8 or top problems we are all facing. Conflict, you have seen it in Gaza, in Iran, in Sudan, in Ukraine, health ecosystem. We all agree these are global problems. So how do we going to tackle them? One approach, I really like it, and I keep using this, is from Egypt. The Egyptian scientists, which I hope all in Kuwait and other countries, they will follow the same. The Egyptian scientists through the Academy of Scientific Research and Technology in Egypt, they sat down together and they said, what are the key priorities for the whole world? Okay, sustainable development, climate change, clean water, population, and so on. Are they the same priority as for Egypt? And they did their own research and they found that number 1 priority for Egypt is climate change, which is number 1 priority for Kuwait and the rest of the world. Number 2 is clean water. But number 3 worldwide is population and resources. For Egypt, that is number 8. So this is how you really integrate and engage with the global problems. How do we address this in the platform? This is what we do. We create hubs. We can create as many hubs as possible. For example, people from Kuwait, from Egypt, from Queen Mary, from the Royal College here in Oxford, from Australia, they will come, their scientists, they will come under one of these hubs, food security hub, for example, artificial intelligence and data science. So that's where you really jump from the Gulf University of Science and Technology and you meet people who are working on that area. And I will show you that. experts. You meet people from all over the world. You meet Professor Neom, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Erlangen. You meet Professor Beverly from California. You meet Professor Manuel from Cambridge. You meet Dr. Petru from Switzerland, Romania, and then the list will go on. You meet Professor Lynette Lowy. You meet Professor Ronald McQuaid. You meet Professor Seema from India. You meet Renda from Kuwait, and so on. And more interestingly, we always show that when we talk to Arab countries, we do have those who are identified speaking Arabic expert, like Dr. Ihab Tawfiq and Dr. Rawad Hamad, AI nutrition, top expert on nutrition in the University of Westminster. If we need to go down into the language, yes, you can see the flags there. They're both British, but this Ihab is Egyptian originally and Rawad is a Palestinian originally. This is the beauty of the database we created. And then, quickly, how do we build up this platform? We are utilizing students. So if you look to the picture on the right-hand side, Sahar is a Sudanese, British, and also hold nationality. She lived in the Netherlands. If you go in the middle into Key, she's Chinese. And then if you go to them, we have a lot of volunteers. We engage students who are keen to engage in sustainable development. So fine, come and join this project. We have hundreds of volunteers from Saudi Arabia, India, Tanzania, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, UK, where else? Italy, Australia, a lot of countries. And I encourage you all, not just Kuwait, all of you, to encourage your students to join, and we give them certificate, we give them proper internship. In fact, we always have a long queue from China because they really like to be involved. You can see we have a big picture for them here. So this is where we engage the students. So if now the Gulf University for Science and Technology join this platform, we will say to them, who is going to be your data entry expert will be your students. We will train them and we will get them involved and we will give them certificates. So I think I need to finish because our speaker is waiting. What happened next? We were delighted to welcome and meet last month, I think 2 weeks ago, Professor Bassam Alamuddin, the president of the Gulf University for Science and Technology. This has been going on actually. It's not just, we signed officially last month, but this has been going on for a long time, led by Dr. Omar and Dr. Fida, which is going to speak to us now. We have just signed an MOU with this university, and we will be going to Kuwait for our annual conference, 23rd Sustainability International Conference, and the title is Bridging the Gulf, Local Innovations Driving Global Sustainable Impact. And I will just tell you from the words of Professor Bassam, he's a very global, he's a man with real vision. He said to me, Alam, I welcome, I can see that you are in Saudi Arabia. Yes, I would love to welcome universities from Saudi Arabia, from America, from every country. So the invitation is to all of you to meet us in Kuwait in November. But now this is the next step we are going for. And now we have a footing with a good university in Kuwait. We're going to start engaging Kuwaiti universities. Now, I will finish with just one thing. To be continued, please contact Janet, has been done fantastic work. Janet is our international coordinator. Email her, and I'm sure she will do her best to help you. Any university, not necessarily from Kuwait, but we just talk about Kuwait today because today is Kuwait Day, if you like. Now, I'm going to stop here really, and I would like to quickly go now to Kuwait because I think our speaker is waiting for us. We've been late. Sorry, Dr. Fida. Let me introduce her and I will give her the floor. Dr. Fida, number one, you're a co-host now, so you can unmute. That's very simple. Fida Karam is the director of the Gulf University for Science and Technology Center for Sustainable Development. She's an associate professor of economics. She's a well-established researcher. She studied in France. She's well-equipped academics. Everything about Dr. Fida is available online. We always have the full bio of every speaker in WSD online, but she is a distinguished academics. She is the real proof of how the universities across the world, not necessarily in Kuwait, are taking the sustainability very seriously. She's the best person to take us through this journey. She's the director of the Center for Sustainable Development as GUST. So Professor Fida, I think I exceeded my time, but I will give you, the floor is yours. And we're all looking forward. We can see your slide looking fantastic. So the floor is yours, Fida. We're very delighted to have you. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Professor Allam, for the nice introduction. I'm really flattered. I'm very pleased to be here today to walk you through the sustainability journey of Gulf University for Science and Technology, GUST. Founded in 2002, GUST is a young university that has undertaken a transformative journey to integrate sustainability across all dimensions of its academic, administrative, and community life. It has embedded the Sustainable Development Goals into its operational frameworks, educational outcomes, student engagement, and international reporting. I will first start with an overview of GUST's sustainability portfolio. Well, this portfolio is a fully integrated digital ecosystem managed through SharePoint and Power Automate, designed and led by GUST Accreditation and Quality Assurance Office, AQA. It covers three main pillars: environmental impact, social impact, and governance. Each of the 17 SDGs has a dedicated webpage showcasing relevant institutional data, student activities, policies, events, and research. I will give you a quick live demo. You'll see that the live demo elements includes interactive dashboards showing SDG-related activities, documented Power Automate workflows connecting departments and feeding into central reports, and student club event tracking integrated with SDG tags. We have a lot of student clubs at GUST, and those have activities. Those activities are also reported and linked to the SDGs. So I will first start with the dashboard demo. Hold on. Okay. So please, if you're not able to see that my screen has changed, please let me know. So this is the SharePoint where every department at GUST shares its activities and link those activities with the SDGs. First of all, at GUST, we have three colleges: College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business Administration, and College of Engineering. Under these colleges, there are departments, okay? So the activities of the departments and colleges are reported here with a link to the SDGs in research, in teaching, as well as in community outreach. At the same time, we have the Graduate Studies and Research Office. Under this office, there are a lot of research centers and our MBA program. The activities taken by those research centers and under the Graduate Studies and Research Office are also represented here. For instance, as an example, I can give you the Early Career Researchers Workshop that has been, for example, organized by one of our research centers on applied mathematics, CAMP, that shows how it relates to SDGs 4, 8, and 11. Another workshop was organized by another research center on engineering, our GEAR Research Center, Thriving in the Age of Change, Careers for the Next Generation. And we can see the links to SDGs 4, 8, 9, and 17. Here is another workshop organized by the research center that I am chairing, the Center for Sustainable Development, on digital capabilities for firms' climate mitigation and adaptation responses. And you can see the link to the SDGs. So any department at GUST, okay, has its own activities, and they have to report those activities through our SharePoint and link them to the SDGs. Additionally, our student clubs. So for example, you can see here, we have a sustainability student club that had an exposition on sustainability practices at GUST at the beginning of the academic year. So this is how we report our activities. Okay. So I'm sorry, but I'm not able to go back. Okay. I'm sorry, but I lost my PowerPoint.
Take your time, Doctor, don't worry.
Okay. Any idea how I can go
I
back?
think maybe you stop sharing and then share again. Maybe it will help you.
Stop
share.
share. Yeah. Okay, sorry for that. No, I don't know how I stop sharing, so maybe I'll. Okay.
In the Zoom,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Stop sharing and then share again.
Yeah.
It was good. You showed that was very clear.
Yeah, I have another demo for you, but if every time I have to go out and go back, I think it's okay. I'm gonna share again. Okay, sorry for that again.
So we still see the Zoom. Yes, great.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Also, I have another thing that I would like to show you, that at GUST, we have a dedicated page on our website related to GUST commitment to sustainability, where we show its commitment to environmental impact, societal impact, and governance. And if we go, for example, to environmental impact, we will see how GUST is committed to address most pressing environmental challenges by different policies taken through education and also through research. For example, you can see GUST commitment to climate action plan and how GUST is committed to reduce carbon footprint. Okay. We can also see another policy, investment policy, and GUST commitment to sustainability investment policy. Okay, so we recognize that sustainable investment not only involves seeking financial returns, but also generating a positive impact on the environment and the society. Okay, under education, for instance, you can see that GUST has introduced some environmental courses like climate action and other activities. Under societal impact, you will see how GUST promotes values like gender equality, diversity, social justice, and inclusion. We have a center that deals with disability students. Okay, we have special accommodations for those students that include taking assistant, tutoring, extra time for exams, and others. We have also, for example, a policy on equality, diversity, and inclusion, and GUST is fully committed to the highest level of integrity and without any kind of discrimination against women. Additionally, under governance, we can see that transparency, integrity, and accountability are fundamental in our governance structure. Like, for example, we have an anti-bribery and corruption policy. We also have, for example, an equality, diversity, and inclusion policy that I just talked about. So again, I'm gonna share it once more. Okay, so I showed you quickly how we report our contribution to the SDGs. Also, I forgot to show you that we have a page dedicated for each one of the 17 SDGs. For instance, under SDG 4 quality education, we show how the government of Kuwait, the state of Kuwait, is committed to quality education. And under this, we have how GUST contributes to education and how GUST contributes to this commitment by promoting academic excellence, research and innovation, okay, accessible education to all students through different scholarship, financial aid programs, and other. Community engagement, well, we have partners with other educational institutions, with nonprofit organizations, with the private sector to bridge the gap between the classroom and the industry, and so on. So under each SDG, you can see what GUST is doing to contribute to this. For example, under SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, which is also an SDG of prime importance to the state of Kuwait. Under that, we can see how GUST is committed to promoting clean energy and sustainability by sustainable campus with energy efficient technologies, through research and education by introducing new courses on clean energy, by promoting research in this field. 3, by raising awareness about the importance of clean energy, and so on. So, however, challenges remain, and the challenges facing GUST in implementing the SDGs can be classified in 4 categories. 1, limited internal awareness across staff and students despite visible initiatives. 2, fragmented communication from departments not yet fully integrated into the digital platform. 3, some budget constraints for implementing green infrastructure. And 4, resistance to policy alignment, especially with a new governance model and digital transformation. Despite these challenges, GUST has made significant strides in embedding sustainability across its campus with a wide range of initiatives that reflect its growing commitment to the SDGs. So here is a summary of sustainability practices that we have on campus. First, we have waste management and recycling points in key campus locations. Second, we use energy-saving LED lighting and AC control systems. 3, we have paperless administration initiatives via SharePoint. I just showed you how we report our activities through SharePoint. 4, we have a lot of student clubs and societies on campus, above 60. And we have a student club fully dedicated to sustainability, the Sustainability Student Club. But we have others like Finance Club, Accounting Club, Management Club, and many others. Those students have to organize events on campus and promote their activities. And I'm really proud to say that our student clubs, even the ones that are different than the Sustainability Club, are fully aware of the different sustainability challenges and incorporate those in their activities. So we have some student clubs who organized seminars on women empowerment, others who organized beach cleaning campaigns, food waste campaign, plastic waste. So our students club are very active and link their activities to the SDGs. Last but not least, GUST participates in global platforms like the QS ranking, the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, and the UI Green metric. These rankings are directly aligned with the SDGs, in particular, the Times Higher Education Impact Ranking. By participating to these rankings, GUST publicly commits to advancing sustainability goals through education, research, community engagement, and operations. So this is GUST ranking according to those three platforms. By aligning all institutional strategies with the UN Agenda 2030, embedding the SDGs into curriculum, research, student affairs, and outreach, GUST repositions itself as a transformative education provider. Key actions in this regard include, first, integrating the SDGs into course learning outcomes and co-curricular activities. For instance, I come from the Economics and Finance department. In our department, we have integrated corporate social responsibility, CSR, and ESG in most of our courses. Second, we have created the SDG digital platform that I showed you in the lab demo, and we've linked student activities to this platform. So those actions empower students to become change agents who can respond to complex sustainability challenges. And finally, through strategic international reporting and ranking participation, GUST benchmarks itself against global sustainability and education excellence framework, showing that its practices meet the evolving expectations of transformative education of the 21st century. These rankings are not just about reputation. They require universities to demonstrate tangible impact in areas like quality education, gender equality, and sustainability. So GUST must institutionalize data collection, self-assessment, and continuous improvement, encouraging a culture of accountability and evidence-based transformation. As GUST repositions itself as a transformative education provider, it has also had to navigate and respond to the evolving expectations of government and society after COVID-19. So post-pandemic, GUST embraced agile digital systems like SharePoint and Power Automate for remote reporting and collaboration. Second, there has been an increased focus on health, well-being, and social resilience through initiatives tied to SDGs 3 and 10. For example, our HR department was very active in organizing seminars on well-being, on health, promoting social gatherings. 3, there has been increased support for research aligned with national and global development goals. There has been an increased number of internal research grants awarded to faculty members who works on subjects of prime importance to Kuwait and the SDGs. For instance, I would like to share with you this graph on our research output based on GUST Scopus profile. So you can see the number of publications that fall under each SDG. So our intellectual contributions cover all the SDGs with a special focus on SDGs 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, and 17. And 4, GUST is present in policy dialogues on sustainability and education. Indeed, GUST is present in QS conferences, Times Higher Education conferences, and UI Green Metric conferences. In a response to these shifting expectations, GUST has strengthened its institutional approach by formulating dedicated policies and strategies to guide the implementation of the SDGs, culminating in a comprehensive sustainability master plan. So we have policies, like I said, on climate action plan, sustainability, AI, equity, diversity, and inclusions, as well as responsible governance. And I've showed you some examples. We have mandatory department reporting frameworks for sustainability practices, like I showed you before. We have a dedicated institutional research unit on sustainability, GUST Center for Sustainable Development. And this is our webpage. So GUST Center for Sustainable Development has a mission to enhance actionable knowledge about the social, environmental, and economic aspects of sustainability through applied and policy-relevant research, capacity building, and engagement with the local and regional community. So GUST CSD has launched in October 2024 its policy briefs. In those policy briefs, we summarize the research on different aspects of sustainability, the research of our faculty members, okay, and translate them into policy recommendations that are easy to read by the average reader. So far we count 9 policy briefs, 1 per month, and we are very proud of this achievement. The next one will be out next week, the July issue. So if we go inside a policy brief, you will see how the brief is related to the SDG, okay? And the policy recommendations are also related to the SDG. Okay. Also, I'm sorry. Okay. GUST CSD has launched K-Care Research Grant, K for Kuwait, K-Care Research Grant on to award the best proposal that tackles ecosystem vitality and environmental health in Kuwait. We have also launched 2 sustainability research awards to reward the best completed article that tackle environmental health and ecosystem vitality in Kuwait. The first cycle closed at the end of February, and we announced the winners in April. GUST Center for Sustainable Development also organized a big conference on sustainability, the International Conference on Sustainable Development and Business Ethics, that was co-organized with 7 other universities worldwide. I count Telfer School of Management from the University of Ottawa, University of Southampton from the UK, University of Paris 1, Panthéon-Sorbonne, Paris Business School, and many other universities from around the world, where we had many researchers that gathered in order to discuss pressing sustainability challenges. Building on these strategic foundations, GUST has also embraced distributed learning models to further accelerate SDG implementation. So GUST uses hybrid and online education models aligned with SDG 4. We use e-learning for SDG awareness, environmental literacy, and student empowerment. We also use digital learning objects and micro-credentials tied to sustainability themes issued through platforms like Credly. And here I'm gonna go to Credly in order to show you the badges that are awarded by GUST for students, for example, that can earn this badge after fulfilling the program that is designed by one of our departments. So student engagement plays a crucial role in advancing sustainability. Our Student Sustainability Club leads major green campaigns, competitions, and events. We have other student clubs, around 60 student clubs and societies that have embedded SDGs into their yearly evaluation and programming. Our student clubs are evaluated on a yearly basis by the Office of Student Life at GUST. So that's why they are very active, because they aim at winning the Club of the Year title. And a good thing about the Office of Student Life is that they award a 20% score on sustainability. Our students are involved in data collection, awareness campaigns, and international summits. And they organize a lot of workshops on climate actions, ethics, and innovation. Building on this strong student involvement, GUST sustainability efforts have also gained recognition through key highlights and global rankings. So like I said before, GUST is included in the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings with a strong performance in SDGs 4, 5, 17, and others. Second, GUST actively reports to UI Green Metric and QS SDG related indicators. Third, GUST is recognized for its digital sustainability infrastructure, its student engagement model, and its transparent policy publishing. And four, GUST is represented at QS summits and sustainability forums. So GUST has hosted the QS summit of the Middle East at the end of April 2024, where we had more than 50 presidents of universities in the region visiting GUST and discussing pressing challenges related to education. Also, I'm very proud to announce that GUST is the first university in Kuwait having joined the Sustainable Development Solutions Network of the UN. This network has been launched in 2012 and is the major network where academia, the civil society, businesses and governments all collaborate in order to achieve the SDGs. GUST is the first university in Kuwait having joined the Sustainable Development Solutions Network, SDSN. So we can see GUST as part of SDSN Mediterranean here. Gulf University for Science and Technology. And most importantly, I'm pleased also to share that GUST has established, I'm sorry, I'm sharing again. Okay, I'm sorry. GUST has established an SDSN Kuwait chapter where GUST, so it is a national SDSN network based in Kuwait, and GUST will be the focal point of all SDSN activities in Kuwait. The launch of SDSN Kuwait will be soon in a couple of months, and we're very happy to be the focal point in Kuwait in order to drive sustainable development in this country. And like I said before, GUST has organized the International Conference on Sustainable Development, Social Responsibility, and Business Ethics with 7 other universities worldwide. And here is a link for our to our conference. And we had international well-known speakers, academicians, okay? And these are our partners, these were our partners, all very reputable universities from around the world. Last but not least, like Professor Allam mentioned, GUST will host, okay, the 23rd annual conference. I lost my PowerPoint. I'm so sorry. I don't know what is happening with Zoom. The problem is that I keep going back and forth. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Like Professor Allam said, GUST will be hosting the 23rd annual conference of the World Association for Sustainable Development in November, and we're looking forward to welcoming you on our campus. So these achievements reflect not only past successes, but also GUST's deep confidence in a sustainable future and its unwavering commitment to long-term sustainability goals. So once again, I would like to confirm GUST's commitment to 1, digital transformation of sustainability reporting, 2, its institutional alignment with the global development goals, 3, its active student and faculty engagement in research, policy, and advocacy, 4, its strong international presence through rankings, partnerships, and knowledge sharing. With these pillars, GUST is not just following sustainability trends. It's actively shaping the region's higher education sustainability model for the future. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fida. Just 30 minutes as you requested, and I'm really
Thank you very much.
Because normally when I come through academics, myself included, and they really give the time, as they said, they ask the students to speak for 15 minutes. Really, thank you very much. Wonderful. And I can just tell you 2 things, Professor, before we go to Professor Hanan. One of our advisors, he said to me, Fida, he just used your name.
No problem.
Made the challenge very high for other universities when they present.
Really, oh, thank you. I'm sorry, although I had to go back and forth and...
No, wonderful. And I understand the difficulty on this because you went to... But the important thing is the content was first class, really. And I myself, even although I thought I know a lot about GUST from Dr. Omar before and from your president, but really now we learn a lot, fantastic way. I'm sure my colleague is going to comment now. So thank you very much. The other comment I got, Alam, you should read people bio. I don't know what I have done. I said she's a fantastic, one of the top academics, but I think I forget to mention, she is a graduate of a Sorbonne. I think many people ask me, why, Alam, you need to mention this thing. Yes, she got her master and PhD from Sorbonne. Yes, very prestigious university, I know that. Wonderful, and also wonderful to have two ladies from Arab countries, top academics. Really, we're going to shift to Brazil.
Thank
really
you.
Fantastic. I think I don't have to stop long between you and our fantastic Professor Hanan Malakawi. Hanan is a top academic from Jordan and worldwide. Last time I was talking about academic from Qatar, the professor from New Mexico said to me, not an African Arab, but she's worldwide. I think Hanan is a worldwide expert, really. She studied in Yarmouk, and then she went to Washington University, master PhD. She came back, top ladies really in bacteriology, in science, in technology, really. She done a lot of work. Her CV is also available there, and becoming the Dean of Scientific Research at Yarmouk, UNESCO Chair for Desert Studies, Vice President for Science Engagement at Royal Scientific Society Jordan. A lot of talk. But more importantly, I think, I can't remember 6, 7 months ago, someone in our group shared something he didn't know. I know, Professor Hanan, and it was the King Abdullah from King Abdullah of Jordan, giving her one of the highest awards in the Kingdom of Jordan Kingdom. So she's a well respected nationally, regionally, and internationally. And more importantly, we are delighted Professor Hanan is part of what we call it in the SDGs initiative. We have a very high level committee of very top experienced people from all over the world, South Africa, America, UK, and so on. She is on that high level expert advisory committee. So the feedback you're going to get, Fida, is from a top person. So the floor is yours, Professor Hanan. Thank you very much for taking the time. You can unmute now, Professor Hanan, and go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor Allam. It's really my honor and pleasure to share my reflection. As you mentioned, I'm part or member of the high-level experts advisory committee for the WASD. And this session is really what we really need. It's really time for all universities now to take the achievements and the implementation of the SDGs seriously. So this impactful session organized by your good self, it's really today's celebration that have reinforced the critical role of universities in operationalizing. It's not just talking, it's really they should work about it for the SDGs. Allow me, Professor Allam, to extend my deep appreciation, really, for really you are behind finding these initiatives, and your leadership really continues to elevate the visibility and the importance of academia within the global discourse. Your dedication to forging strong bridges between education, research, policy, and practice is really exemplified by this initiative and by the recently established initiatives, which is the SDGs universities, we call it, which position universities at the very core of the sustainable global transitions. I really enjoyed your presentation, Dr. Fida. It's very inspiring. You really were right to the point. Excuse me. And also, I was impressed with the achievements of the Gulf University for Science and Technology. Dr. Fida, your talk about the Gus sustainability journey, it's really a role model for all of us. It's reflected not only institutional ambition, but also a deeply strategic and integrated approach to align higher education with the SDGs. GUST is really, as I said, I consider it a model for all universities. In my capacity as a member of the high-level expert committee, I would also like to reflect some of my thoughts on this session, okay? And in fact, it's all covered by Dr. Fida. I will really consider it as a gold standard, really model presentation, Dr. Fida. But allow me to focus on some of the really key points, I could say, which is concluded from what Dr. Allam said and your presentation, Dr. Fida. First, if I summarize, universities should be as catalysts for both localized and global change. I always say that they are the drivers, universities of local development and contributors to a global knowledge system. So with integrating the or localization of the SDGs, translating the global goals into culturally relevant and policy aligned action, as GUST is a model for that. This is really critical to impact. Universities can do this through community-based research, policy engagement, and contextualization of sustainability curricula to reflect the national development frameworks. Second, I like the student-centered approach. By the way, the new style now, we don't call them students. In fact, we call them learners, especially with smart universities now. So students or learners as ethical innovators and agents of change. So today's learners, in fact, they are tomorrow's leaders. We will be out of this ecosystem because of age, because it's their, they are the umbrella now. They will be our leaders in the next future. So their active involvement, and I really like the concept of the student clubs that Dr. Fida mentioned. So the students' active involvement in designing and implementing sustainability strategies, this must be really institutionally supported and adopted and structured. So moving beyond participation to co-ownership of initiatives that enhances their competencies in scientific thinking, ethical reasoning, system analysis, and innovation. So, and I could see also from Dr. Fida's presentation that they have also mentorship programs. I mean, they don't just let students solely on their own. I'm sure you have office, as you mentioned, but I'm sure they conduct mentorship programs. Maybe you have what's called sustainability incubators, student-led research clusters, entrepreneurships initiatives. All of these should be really adopted or implemented in universities to equip the youth, and they are really brilliant, these students. So we should equip them with these tools to lead in uncertain future that's shaped by environment, by advanced technology, and you mentioned, AI now is dominating everything, and also social complexity. The third key point also, I will also say, is the knowledge exchange and cross-institutional learning. And this is really excellent, and this is really very important. And I could also, if I remember Dr. Fida's presentation, she mentioned something about organizing a conference with 7 cross-institutional learning, 7 universities, which is really great. It never happened before, So this is a mechanism for trans-institutional learning, collaborative benchmarking, and global solidarity in higher education and transformation. Because no single institution or university possesses like effective models. So such interdisciplinary or cross-cutting collaboration between institutions is really needed. So WASD's SDGs University Initiative is really fit for that, and should continue to be leveraging as a living hub for solutions, promoting knowledge mobility, I will say South to South cooperation, and reciprocal learning across universities in both developed and developing contexts. The third point, or the fourth point, which is evidence-based measurable impact. And this is for sustainability integration. In order to be credible and effective, it must be accompanied by a system or a robust system of measurement, monitoring, and reporting. So universities must build internal capacity for sustainability analytics. So developing indicators, metrics, data systems that align with international standards and also national standards. So integrating sustainability into institutional performance frameworks, quality assurance protocols, and a global ranking system, as we saw from also Dr. Fida's presentation, it's really very, very legitimate, and it gives strength to universities. And the fifth point, which is the strategic partnership, we consider it as really foundation for system change. So universities must embed multi-sectorial partnership. And in this regard, I will say I really don't put barriers between sciences. We cannot really separate natural sciences, medicine from social sciences, or from economics, or from gender issues. It's all integrated, and this is the whole story about the 17 SDGs. If you see, and as Dr. Allam, in the beginning, he showed us how, with all these icons that he was clicking, it's really integrated. It's complementary. It's really, this is the story about SDGs. So we should really realize this. So this necessitates collaborations with governmental agencies, with the social, civil society, private sector, international organizations that will enrich the ecosystem of innovation, in fact. So this partnership model that's exemplified between WASD and GUST and other organizations illustrates really how shared purpose, mutual respect, and coordinated effort can yield strategic alignment across institutions with sectors that is really essential for a wide resilience. The sixth point is the integrating, which is the last point, technologies and digital transformation. Now, everybody's talking about AI, I mean, unfortunately, some researchers now they are doing their whole, papers and publishing using AI, which is, I mean, this is another issue. Maybe Dr. Alam, we should discuss later or in another session, is the ethics of using these advanced technologies. It's really, as I say, it's a weapon that has so many targets. In this era of rapid emerging technologies, universities must fully harness the potential of such as artificial intelligence, big data, blockchain, smart learning, you name it. But we should really tailor it to support the SDGs. So technology must be seen not only as a tool for delivery, but as a strategic enabler for inclusion, efficiency, innovation, and future readiness. So finally, I will mention that today's forum, I really enjoyed it. It has been more than a showcase for GUST or best practice. It reaffirmed the university's essential role as a driver of change, innovation, and ethical leadership and sustainable impact. So finally, I will say my sincere thanks to Dr. Alam, Dr. Fida, and WASD, which now I consider myself as a family or a member in this family, in fact, and all our participants for this invaluable contribution. Let us move really forward, guided by evidence and untitled purpose to shape more sustainable world through the power of education. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Professor Hanan. As usual, fantastic. Thank you very, very much. Very, very, very useful points. I'm sure it will be taken forward. Now, Dr. Fida, I know you are busy, but do you have 5 minutes for question or 10 minutes?
Yeah, of course.
Excellent. So anyone with a question, please press the hand. So we got time. If you would like to ask any question, but make it very short, please raise your hand by the hand one, and I will look through what they send me from the social media. Any question, anyone? Please press the hand button in the reaction. And I will also read here. Where here? I'm reading here. I have to read many things here. Any question? Anyone got any question? Let me just see what's written here.
May I ask Professor Allam?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Dr. Fida, as I said, I'm really still thrilled and inspired by your talk, and the concept, it's not a concept, it's a real, I think, what's happening at your university, the student clubs. And I mean, do they do it solely by their own, or there's somebody who is seeing or coordinating? Because you need to know the content, right, before they just put it publicly in public and so on. And is there a monitoring? So for example, you give them feedback and so on. Thank you.
Yes. First of all, thank you very much, Doctor, for your kind words. I'm really flattered, and I'm very happy that you found GUS sustainability journey inspiring. Now coming back to your question, yes, indeed, we have the Office of Student Life that monitors and advises all our student clubs. Not only that, every student club is assigned a faculty member as an advisor, okay? So all the club's event, its mission statement, its vision, all the events that the club is planning to do over the academic year will go through the faculty member and will have to be approved by the Office of Student Life. And I've mentioned it in the presentation, and I would like to highlight it again, that those clubs, they become very active because they compete against each other. And they are evaluated as well by the Office of Student Life. And this office grants a 20% score on sustainability. And this is how we motivate our students to always be aware of the different sustainability challenges and try to provide some solutions whenever possible.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fida. A question says here, do this ranking, I'm not sure whether it's appropriate for you, but I think you tried. Do this ranking, you mentioned the ranking, the Times Higher, the US. Do they really evaluate well the great work universities do, like your example, for example? I think the scope of the question is the great work like your center is doing. Do this ranking really evaluate this well when it comes to their ranking? Because we know how they do the ranking, publications, blah, blah, blah. But the question, I really think the question is quite important. Do this ranking really evaluate well the work universities are doing in sustainable development?
Well, like you said, maybe the question is not for me, but what I will tell you is that from my perspective, that those ranking require universities to show them how they make impact in different areas, whether in education or in research or in community outreach, sustainability, and so on. So, which means that the university has to collect data, have a self-assessment, and show its continuous improvement through data, okay? Which means that everything is documented.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. We have Dr. Iman Khair. Please unmute. Let me just make sure. Unmute. Unmute Dr. Iman. Yes, go ahead. No, you need to unmute. Yes, go ahead, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Prof. Alam. And thank you, Dr. Fida, for the nice and very informative presentation. And Gus actually is a role model. I'm very proud to have such university from Arabic country. Actually, yes, and I would like to thank Dr. Hanan for her accurate reflection. Then my question is about the collaboration and support role of GUST to other universities in, universities in Arabic countries or Middle East and so on. The 17 SDG. Thank you.
Can you just introduce yourself, Doctora?
I didn't get that. Thank you very much for your intervention, but I didn't understand well the question. So the question is how GUST can support other universities in the region to complete, to achieve the SDGs?
Yes, exactly.
Well, to start with, like I said, let us start local in Kuwait, okay? GUST, by establishing SDSN Kuwait, okay, GUST will have to work with other universities to complete the SDGs in Kuwait. So I think now all the efforts in sustainability that occur at GUST will have to be shared with other universities. Maybe GUST experience will have to be shared with other universities in order to move forward in the completion of the SDGs in Kuwait. Actually, GUST had in mind to create an SDSN network in the GCC, but well, we've been asked by the SDSN network to start locally, and then once our network is solid, we can expand to other to the wider region. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just taking the opportunity, maybe for 1 or 2 minutes, just to show you the conference website. This is a conference website. This is our WSD 23rd, which is going to be jointly in partnership with GUST, and it's going to be 11 to 13 of November. Of course, it will be in Kuwait, and the theme is bridging the Gulf local innovation, driving global sustainability impact. Please go to the website. You can find a lot of my information here, and you can read through the theme, the objective. Yes, the call for paper has been closed, but we are happy to still consider. But you need to be very quick. It's already closed, but we are happy to consider. There's a lot of tracks. You can look at them. And also, you can have a lot of information about the publications of the paper from the conference. Our journals are tier 1 or Scopus. The book itself, the outlook, is you can also start to learn more about the people, the participants, the speakers, and so on. So we always have everything online. So you can go and check everyone. And I'm very glad the last time I met Professor Victor from Colombia was in Bahrain 2017. So it's very nice to see him again. He's coming. He's an expert on knowledge management from Latin America. So it will be quite an interesting from people from Libya, South Africa, Japan, where else? Of course, the UK, Uganda. There's a lot of interest from all over the world. So please go and check. Also, you can see this is not the graph, but this is a draft. We're starting now. To those who complete their papers, we put them, we highlight them. You can click here, it will take you to the Outlook. So we are in an advanced stage, although we still got 5 months to go. And also, they will be, there's a page here about start to explore Kuwait from now. That, because the conference is really not just about going into a room in a university, but you need to engage with the culture, understand, see, and this is really important to us. And I'm really glad GUST is going to host it inside their university, which is really what I always like. I am more of a favorite of organizing conferences inside the university, so people can meet the students and so on. So there's a lot of material here, and there's more to come, but we are in a late stage of organizing, so please make sure. Also, there's a lot of videos, I think, from our previous conferences. You can have a look. And maybe I will give you, I think it's less than 2 minutes. We will just play the video of GUST, and then we will finish here. Okay, thank you very much. As I said earlier, I really invite you all, encourage you, Dr. Fida, thank you so much. And your teaching, you still made that. But I am sorry to repeat myself, but really, really fantastic. And the person who said you made it very high for other institutes, because there's many people actually coming after you, Fida. We have a lot of universities just because of the holiday. California, San Marcos is one, definitely we're going to listen to them. Hafr al-Batin, Qasim. The university in Sudan, we are very keen to give them a floor, Kordofan University. This university have done fantastic during the war in all departments. There's a lot of we're going to highlight, but really the presentation is fantastic, and I'm really glad they told me the recording went fine, which is very important because that recording is really important where we will share it. And I think I thank you all. I encourage you all to come to Kuwait. I have met the president, Professor Bassam, last month, as I said. Now we have met, we listened to Fida, the first time I listened to her, really fantastic. You can see the talk. I met Dr. Omar Jibril from the university twice. He came to us in London and in Geneva. Fantastic people, really. The president is very visionary person. So I looked through their website. I really encourage you also to go to the website. If you consider coming to Kuwait, explore their stuff, because that's what we really after. Proceeding, publications, everything, we take care of it very seriously. But we want you to start forging bonds. Go to their website, look at the staff, try to contact them. So when you go to Kuwait, you really maximize of your meeting, write papers. There's a lot of things. Thank you very much for all of you. I think with your good control on time, we made it on time. So we will stop. Can I get the audio of the session? Yes, Nina. Yes, no, of course. Everything we do, it will be there public, and hopefully within a couple of days. So thank you very much from London. Good afternoon, all the best.
Thank you very much, Professor Allam, for the opportunity. It was really a pleasure to be with you, and I'm looking forward. Thank you, Dr. Hanan, for all your valuable comments. And I'm looking forward to meeting you in person, inshallah, in Kuwait in November.
Thank you very much to you, Professor Hanan. Quickly, David, I think Uganda, Al-Sammani, Saudi Arabia, Hala, Bayezid Sultan, I'm not sure, Muawiyah, Oman, Isam Musa, I don't know. Sadiq Musa, Indonesia. Collins, I think Uganda or Tanzania, I'm not sure. Hassan Ali, I think Saudi Arabia. Rushford Business School, I think this is Switzerland. Anyway, all of you, sorry if I can't forget anyone. Thank you very much, and bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
All the best. Bye-bye. So we
Bye-bye.
stop the recording.